Hey guys, Cubehamster here with a new video, a tutorial actually. Recently I did a video with Mary the Lapis Demon on a robot alicorn or unicorn, pegasus, whatever you want to call it, in the yogurt biome. And I've been kind of face palming myself whether or not I should do a video on it, because this thing is stupidly fiddly to use and very resource heavy. But I know for a fact that there's like a handful of people insane enough to actually build this in survival, and I want to kind of cater to their needs by doing a tutorial on this robot unicorn. So in my hotbar you see all the kind of difficult to get resources you will need. Like I said, very resource heavy. You also need a boat, quartz blocks, that sort of stuff. And in order to start it up, you would drop an item on the pressure plate, and it would work. And I mean, it's cool because it does actually look like a walking horse in a way. But yeah, like I said, highly impractical. And for the people that are actually going to build this, I would very much appreciate evidence of this thing in survival, just to make me feel that I'm not making this video in vain. As for stopping it, it does not have a stopping mechanism, which makes it highly impractical, but there was just no room. I mean, I could add one, probably had to redesign the whole thing, but it would not look like a horse. But to stop it, you just have a block there, a non-movable, like a furnace, and the whole thing would stop. And then if you want to, set it up to reuse it again, because it is actually reusable, it's not like a one-time only thing. Just put a torch there, and yeah, you're pretty much good to go again. So yeah, what's going to be interesting about this tutorial in a way is because I also would like to show you more about how to actually deal with slime blocks in builds, because it does require doing things a bit differently than normal redstone. And not just because there's no redstone dust, no redstone repeaters, that sort of stuff, but also just making backups every 2 minutes, unless unless you are 100% sure you will not make a single error and have like no. You can basically, if you can deal with the pain of having to start over again, like half an hour of work, if you're totally okay with that, then don't make any backups. But yeah, it's going to be very important. Anyways, let's skip to the build part of this tutorial. Okay, welcome, handful of people that are still watching, that are slightly crazy. Let's do this. I'll be building this in creative, and I know most of you that will build this in survival, but just for sake of having a better overview of what's going on, I'm gonna build it from creative because I can fly around and show you like all the different angles, etc. So what I would like to start with is it's a pretty high horse. So I would like to start with the starting mechanism, and in order to do that, 9, 10, 11, we have to go up 11 blocks. Is that 11 blocks? That is 11 blocks. And put the redstone torch there. That is the starting mechanism, and what we end up next to that is we have a sticky piston, 4 slime blocks, block there, and normal piston there. And some of you might recognize this as a sort of extended version of the kind of primitive flying machine. That is exactly what it is. I mean, there's multiple ways you could do this, but let me just show you. So the idea is that if you have a sticky piston and a normal piston, and you extend the sticky piston, it will grab the normal piston, and then the normal piston will update and extend. But you then get in a situation, interesting situation, where you have a piston with a redstone block underneath, but it's actually not extending. Like the piston does not realize that it's being powered. And as soon as you update it by, for instance, flint and steel or with something else, that's when it activates again. But this updating can be done also by placing blocks, and also by updating blocks, like for instance the extension or retraction of a piston. And what you get is a very primitive flying machine, but it is exactly this primitive flying machine that is powering the horse. So that's exactly what we're going to do here. It's a bit extended, and there's reasons for that, obviously. Yeah, if we place it like this, this is basically the engine that powers the whole mechanism. Like everything else is hooked up to this in order for it to do stuff. And this would already work. Like as soon as I would drop a block on top of this, this would fly off. And I do actually want to show that, but before I do, we have to make a backup, which I want to show you right now. Because making backups when doing slimestone, is essential, because one screw up will basically will destroy like half an hour of work, if not more, and it's very painful. So let's do that, and let's just go out and find the location of our save game. Okay, now in the select world thing, you have two names. The top name is the name that it shows, like if you rename the game in game, and then the second name is the name of the file. And I'm capturing my monitor now, not just the game. What you want to do is you want to look for .minecraft and then go to the saves folder. Now I have like 1600 save worlds here because I've been doing lots of stuff with slimeblocks and making lots and lots of backups, which means that it ends up it's probably not the most ideal way, but it's how it works for me. But I just ran out of names and stuff to do to do things. And seeing as this is all alphabetical, I deliberately named the project we're working at the moment now Z alicorn, just so that it's easier to find. And I would probably rename it or move it somewhere else if need be. But yeah, in order to make a copy, I'm lazy. I just make a copy like this. And now if we go here and we go to single player, you'll see Z alicorn and Z alicorn copy. And yeah, so I can actually now go here and show you that dropping a block on top of this will actually make it start working. And then we just continue in the copy while making, you guessed it, another copy. And there we go. So that is something you should probably do every time you do a major change to your machine. Just make a backup, because you'll be thankful that you don't have to redo lots of work. Okay, what we're gonna do now is this piston caterpillar thingy, we're gonna build another one on top. And now it's kind of tricky, and I recommend just adding like a furnace or something, because we now have to place blocks right next to this piston, and as soon as you place any block next to this piston, it will update. So furnaces are a way to go. Obsidian, but in the survival, that's probably not something you would want to do. But yeah, like you can now place blocks like this, and then what we want to do is we want to place a sticky piston like that, and we're gonna go down there, and we're gonna place a normal block there, and a normal piston there. So we are now splitting up this thing in two, and what the way this will work is as soon as this piston gets moved forward and the quartz block, which is now there, going underneath the sticky piston, it will update just like I showed you previously. It's the same principle. You can then remove the furnace, but this is step 2. Okay, now this block is going to be hooked up to yet another piston caterpillar. And whenever this block gets pushed forward one block, it's going to update this piston, moving this forward one block as well. Then we're going to hook up more stuff to this piston facing forward. And we're going to go down here and place a redstone block there and a sticky piston. And what we're going to do is we're going to place a block there. Seeing as we have to place a block next to the sticky piston. Whether there we go. And another block, and this furnace is just temporary so that it doesn't update. And then 2 blocks like that. And I mean, you can already see kind of the similarity. This is something to pull, and then on the other side we have another sticky piston to pull the back legs, which we'll be building shortly. Okay, now for the mechanisms that power the legs, or at least part 1 of the mechanisms that power the legs. You get kind of a T-shape, 4 blocks on this side, and we're going to do the same thing on the other side, but a bit further back because we want the legs to be parallel, and a block like that. And what will happen is as the machine will move forward, this piston is going to retract, and yeah, you will see in a moment. I recommend you make a backup of your world right now, just so that if something bad happens, you don't have to redo everything we've done so far. So just a reminder. Now for the legs, the way they work is kind of interesting because you're kind of abusing the fact that extended pistons don't get pulled, because what will happen is as soon as this gets pulled, this redstone block will, move to the side, causing this piston to retract, but it will stay in the same position. This block will move forward, like over there, but because it's no longer powered, this will get pushed up, pushing the piston that is retracted forward again 1 block. So I can actually sort of show what will happen. So this will get retracted, and basically this will get pushed to the side. And seeing as the sticky piston is still hooked up to it, it will get pushed along. It's quite interesting. But yeah, so this was the situation we had. Then we go down. block like that, and yeah, like I've done it like this. I don't know, I think it looked pretty good. Let's see, do we have any? I just noticed now I'm not actually using OCD pack. Oh well, because it will make it easier for a change. Yeah, and then just the hoofs like that. And we do a similar thing on the other side, but it's going to be over there, then down. But it's pretty much the same deal. And because of all the piston caterpillars, they will not run in sync, giving the illusion that the machine is actually running, even though it is clearly flying and placing like extenders on the floor. But it's pretty cool. So those are the back legs. Now, a horse is not a horse without, or a unicorn is not a unicorn without a majestic tail. So actually built that as well. This is going to be a extremely derpy version of the piston caterpillar that we've used many times already, but I think that the tail turned out awesome. I don't know, it just looks really good in my opinion. With a block down there to, you guessed it, update another piston caterpillar, because those things are amazing. Furnace there for a moment, so we can place that there, and this should just be a normal block, and then shift click if you want to click on the, or place a block on top of the furnace, and there we have the tail. Now I like the build to have a bit of body, so I'm just going to add some non-functional blocks, but that do add to the overall look of the design, which are these. Just to give it a bit more shape in a way. And can't forget this little stair piece on the tail. Now moving on towards the front legs, we end up with yet another extremely derpy piston caterpillar. And it's the same deal as all the other ones. Like you move a block next to them, and they will update and basically do something. Block like that, and then there and there. And yeah, if they take into account that some of the blocks I'm placing are actually not functional, but they are purely for looks in a way. So there. If whenever this moves forward, it updates it. Seeing as it's powered, it's going to extend. It's going to grab this block, pull it into this position, but there will be it will be diagonally powered, and then pushing it forward, and the whole thing will move. But it's actually not getting pushed. It's an engine by itself that's being updated, which is extremely useful because it's a way to avoid having to deal with the 12 block push limit, just having separate engines everywhere throughout the build. Just a reminder, it's probably yet another good time to make a backup before you continue. In case of any mishaps. Backup made, good. Then we'll continue with the left front leg, and we're going to need to place a block right next to this piston. So furnace, so that it doesn't update. And what we do is we place a slime block here, then a normal piston, and we're going to have somewhat of a similar system as here. Kind of the same deal, but yeah, a bit less complicated. Like that, downwards, and then the legs are similar. So and there. Because what will happen now is, as this thing gets updated, the engine will move forward 1 block. As it moves forward, this redstone block will end up moving there. And this is already pushed underneath, so it will then push the whole thing 1 block forward. And that's pretty much the front leg. The left front leg, at least. Okay, now we're gonna continue towards the right front leg and actually the head as well. This top piston is gonna lead towards the head. This one on the left side will actually eventually lead towards the right front leg. And it's gonna have some cosmetic purpose as well. Like so. And a piston there. Now this next segment we're about to place is pretty much at its limit, and that is the well-known 12 block push limit. And there. And there we go. Let's actually count that we didn't make any mistakes. That's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and I think there is a normal block there, which is functional, by the way. Now the lag is the same deal as before. And down there, and then there we go. So we have 4 legs. There we go. Now the segment down here is purely for aesthetical purposes. It is a piston caterpillar, and we're going to place a furnace there, and then the block like that, and a block like that. Hold shift. And it's just to counteract the fact that I have an engine down here. So this doesn't power anything, but it's hooked up. And seeing as this piston's already at its 12 block push limit, like I couldn't really hook up anything to it. But yeah, by updating one of these engines, you can still work your way around the whole 12 block push limit, which is extremely useful. Now towards the head, we still had this piston not doing anything useful, so there we go. Just symmetry, and seeing as we were nowhere near the push limit, we can actually place some blocks there and there to give it a bit more body, and then a normal block or a stair there, and a normal piston for yeah, the neck. Now for the head, I'm not a horse expert. Like, I've been on a horse once, and it was one of the most painful experiences of my life. Like it was just, oh no, the memories, they're not good. Basically what ended up happening is just when the horse goes really fast and starts like galloping and stuff, it just feels like getting kicked in the balls, like over and over and over again. It was horrible. So that was a once in a lifetime thing for me. But yeah, that as for unicorn goes, I think this looks pretty good. But feel free to customize it however you want. Do remember though that for the head, it's being powered by 1 piston. You only have 12 blocks, which is what I have right now. So bear that in mind. But yeah, this does look like a horse a bit, but we will probably add some more stuff along the back, and then go towards the wings for those that are interested. Just another reminder: this is a very good opportunity to make a backup of what you've done so far. Okay, now we're gonna have to place blocks on top of this piston, but it's butted right now, so furnace, so we can actually do stuff, and then go up here. There we go. And then we go around the corner like this. And then now, like at this point, it kind of depends on what you want. But yeah, you can pretty much go all the way over here. And now, depending on if you want it to be just a horse, then having it like this, or just a unicorn, having it like this would be good enough. And let's see how many blocks we have. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's probably not a bad idea. Yeah, so having it look like this should be pretty good. But if you want wings, what you have to do is actually go like this. That's what we're going to hook the wings up to. Now, as for the wings, it's going to involve a lot of piston caterpillars. And in a way, this is highly customizable to the way you want it to look. I was kind of happy with the result of the wings I had. So one over there, and I mean, what's going to happen? This is going to move forward, updating the piston, moving it one forward. You could also have this whole thing one block forward, but I kind of like the wings. The wings in the back, and then sort of arcing forward. In a way, that's kind of the thing I'm going for. But like, I guess on this one, what we could do is we could go like this. Could be interesting. Move it a bit forward, one block forward. That might, let's see. Let's actually compare. Would that look good? That could be good. Kind of like it like that as well. Well, let's do it like this. Because why not? Furnace. If you're wondering what would happen if you did not have the furnace, well, basically this. Ah, okay. There is a reason. No, there's totally not a reason why it's like this. There we go. No, this should not cause any issues. So like that, and then we bounce a little, and there we go. So that's the first segment. And then to continue the wing segment, we go up a little bit. Have another slab here. I mean, it doesn't have to be a slab per se, but it's, I don't know, it just looks good. And similar deal, just have to hook it up to another piston caterpillar. So let's place the furnace there, like that, and then a normal block there. And there we go. And same deal on the other side. And seeing as these wings are both hooked up to the same thing, they should move completely in sync. There. Another furnace. I mean, I am in a way actually kind of looking forward to seeing people do this in survival, even though it might be a handful. Well, it should be cool. I can imagine this on a faction server, just guys that are sitting on their fortress, and then in the distance they see like a bunch of flying, or a bunch of alicorns with knights on top of them with bows and arrows just fly towards the castle. That would be kind of cool. But yeah, this is hooked up. Now to continue this segment, the next part is going to be slightly different. I mean, obviously it's another one of those caterpillar thingies, but it's going to be a bit longer. Let's not forget the furnace. Like so. Oh, there we go. And same deal on the other side. And we are going down a bit. To get like an arc in the wing. I guess I could do is have like a slab there or something. No. I like it better like that. But yeah, customizable, so just do whatever you want. And then normal piston there, get rid of the furnace. And yeah, we're almost there. Okay, next one. I'm gonna be so happy when this is done. But so will you guys. Then furnace. Let's not try and click it. There we go. And one on the other side as well. Chun chun. And a piston. And there's another segment. Now for the final wing segment. Oh my god. This moment has finally arrived. Let's try and not mess it up. Redstone block there and there. And then like that. And then we go down here. And now this is all cosmetics. I guess you could go like that or something. I don't know, I can't remember how I did it, but I think that looks fairly decent. Yeah. Push limit. Just making sure I'm not having too many blocks. I guess actually this is nice as well. I think it was okay, but I think wing-wise it does make sense for it to look like that. Yeah. And a similar deal on the other side. And then we go down here, there and there. And that can actually be a normal block to make it a bit more pretty. Actually, I see no reason why not both of them can be a normal block. Oh, I do. Okay, yeah. There you go. Still one thing missing. And this actually has to be a slime block as well. Yeah, the one at the front can be a normal block. No, of course not. Did I do something silly there? No, it can. Oh, I did weird stuff. Okay, sorry about that. For some reason I might misunderstood the front. Sorry about that. A little bit of derp at the end, but I think it's good now. Yeah. So the only thing that's missing is the boat. And then now is a very, very good opportunity to make another backup. And then after that, we are gonna test it, and hopefully it's gonna work for me and it's gonna work for you. Okay, the moment of truth. This better work. I'll be very disappointed. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Oh, sweet. Yeah, okay. Well, it works for me, so I'm hoping that it works for you guys as well. But yeah, this thing's it's flying pretty much, like I showed in the original video. And if you want to stop it, place a furnace there, and you have to yeah, set it up again so that you can reuse it, like so. And yeah, and of course get rid of the furnace again. Oh, I'm very glad that I did not make any mistakes. That would have been very annoying. And I hope you guys have everything fully functional as well. So I hope for the handful of people that are still watching and made it all the way to the end, yeah, a major accomplishment, I guess. And I hope you enjoy your robot alicorn, as they are called, as I've learned. And yeah, thanks for watching. And I'm really looking forward, like, if you somehow are crazy enough to build this thing in survival and you have a video on it, send me a little link, because I'm kind of curious. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye bye.